everyone, welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTrain.tv, where every day we are doing FileMaker training, and it's awesome. We have Nick Hunter here with us as well, and for those of you wondering about Nick, Nick has had a project involved with the elections of 2024 that completed and finished up, and the customer swore they were going to keep going on project work, but they have not picked it back up. So if any of you are looking for Nick Hunter level grade assistance with your project, please let us know. Send an email to support@rcconsulting.com. All right, Nick, what are we doing?
Okay, so we continue the filter that we didn't finish yesterday. So because I want to talk about the topic of a filter with dates involved. So when we have dates involved, most of the time we have to build a filter, or search is kind of a mess, right? If you want to use the greater than and the lesser than, it's a big mess, and I want to show you a technique that give you more opportunity than just from one date to another date, right? So we can do something better here, right? So I want to show that. Thank you everybody for joining us today. So I want to finish this filter here, and I want to make sure that everybody understood, this concept of multi-predicates. Kind of a relationship where you have IDs that they cancel each other, that you can optimize and constrain a found set, right? Using IDs, and then you can use a multi-predicate relationship, and then so I want to get on this and explain a little bit more and get more specific, and then you can understand more how relationship works. Okay, because I realized during all my career that the most unknown and the most underused feature of FileMaker is the relationship. Because most of the time we don't really understand what's going on here, because it's hard to see what happened, and it's hard to understand how this works. Okay. Because we all know about many to many, one to many, many to one. We all know this concept here, but relationship can be used in different ways, and in much more advanced way, and then you can do much more things with the relationship, and then you can give up using perform find, crazy perform finds, and even a quick find, you can avoid those things, right? Also, I want to cover a topic of dealing with dates, dealing with with a time frame, from one date to another date. When we use this in a relationship, most of the time we use the wrong way, right? So, we use the documented way, and you have undocumented way, right? And that's why you're here, is because you want to learn what is not documented. So, and I hope one day we get documented, but it's okay. It's hard to document everything about relationship in FileMaker, because relationship is extremely powerful. So I told that yesterday. I told that yesterday. So, and I want to continue talking about this topic, right? About the relationship.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, the undocumented stuff in FileMaker, there's always undocumented things. Always. And
Always, yeah.
That's the secret sauce if you know how to take advantage of that. That makes it work. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yesterday I demonstrated that you can combine two techniques together, and boom, you get a new feature, right? So for example, relationship what you use between record and other record. You have two tables, and you deal between records and records. You have one way to use relationship, but when you start using global fields, right, then you have another way, a new way to use relationship, and you have a new behavior, and you have the result that you want to see. So the first thing I want to show you is I want to dig more is about this technique here of two global fields used in a relationship, and how they are, how they interact each other, to make sure that everybody understood, because I'm not sure yesterday everybody understood that. So let me create a new layout, right? And in contact like this, so we'll create a new layout. And I'm going to put those two fields here that I created yesterday, right? So let me do this here. So I create two fields yesterday, this one and this one, right? So let's do this. And I think they're not big enough. So let's do this, and make sure they're large enough to show IDs. So I have two global fields. And here I have a portal that goes there. And I will say first name, last name, CD, and company name, department name. Okay. Oops, nothing came. That weird. What did I do? I did something wrong. Okay. So do this. And let's do, oh yeah, I forgot to move them here. So
Nick, your
first,
brain
yeah,
is not functional.
I know sometimes,
You get some caffeine or what? Well, yeah, so.
yeah, it's okay. So now I have my portal here and I can do this when scrolling. Okay, so I can do this. So I have my layout here. Okay. So let's clear this, right? So I'm going to go to, yeah, I don't need that. I'm going to get some IDs from my contacts, right? I'm going to get some IDs. So let's take this ID here. So I'm going to paste this ID. So if I do this and this, so and I do with carriage return. So you need to, we call that a multi-value relationship. So you have a multiple value in one field, right? And then the relationship will take in account this, right? So if I do this, right? So if I do a slight modification on this right now, and I just put this, I delete one. So now, okay, now so I put these IDs here. The relationship here gave me the 4 that are related to those IDs, right? So if I put another one here, if I add another one, I add this one, right? It's there. So I have my people, Blaze, they're Blaze, Remedios, Hector, Ursula, Mia. Okay, so I have my people here. So they came, right, as I put them, right? So if I remove one, right? If I remove one, let's cut it, goes away. If I put it back, come back, okay? If I put something that doesn't exist, doesn't care. I can put many things that doesn't exist, it doesn't care. It show nothing because it say, oh, I found nothing with this thing, nothing exists, okay? So now, let's say I want to add another predicate. So I'll have another field, right? And I'm going to add this field to the predicate here, right? And they all point to the same ID contact here. They all point to the same fields. Both of them point to the same fields in the target table. That's important to know. Yesterday, I didn't mention that. They both point to the same field. There are two different fields here, but here is the same, right? And here, look what happened now. So of course, it shows nothing because I have nothing here. So now I have two predicates in my relationship. So the relationship engine expects me to put something here, right? In order to work, right? But I said, the relationship said here, and. So whatever here must match this, and whatever here must match here as well. So that means if I put a bunch of ID here, but I put only 2 here, right, that are common, only those 2 will appear. So I can put like what yesterday, I was doing something. I was founding like 36 records, and I had another list of ID of 10 records, and it was showing me only the one that were common on both lists, right? This is how it works, right? So this is how it works. I'm going to, shake up your brain a little bit. So let's say now I'm going to change this predicate, and I'm not saying equal, I'm saying not. So look what happened now. It's going the opposite.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So it shows me, so I said, I want, right, this list of 5 IDs,
Yep.
but remove
Yep.
those 2 IDs from the list,
Yep. Yep.
right? So you understand the power of the relationship when you start using this, also knowing that you can add as many predicate as you want here,
Yep.
right? So most of the time I'm using this for one reason. I want to show my stuff. So let's say I'm registered as a user in the system, and Nick Hunter is a user with an ID, and all my records, my contact, my project, with my ID, right? You understand? So let's simulate this.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say, because I think it's an interesting topic to talk about this. So let's say IDF user. So I have an IDF user, right? I'm going to create this, and I'm going to create
Uh,
2 or 3 users. Okay. So, and I'm going to add here a link, another global field,
okay.
and I'm going to say current user. Okay, so current logged in user. What is this? It's let's say I'm Nick Hunter. I logged in the system, right? And I have a record in a user table, and I have an ID, my UUID of
But
a login
but
of a
since
logged in
since
user.
since we're logged in, we don't need to see ourselves. Is that where you're going with this? Is that the idea?
No, when I want to go here, I say, okay, I want to constrain everything I'm seeing. I
Uh-huh.
want to constrain that to me.
Okay.
I want to be able to see only my stuff. We do that often.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to see only you stuff. You want to, and I'm going to show you how to do that, even in a search. When you search something, you know what I mean? You go, you search something, you go find model, you search something like I did yesterday. You do a
Sure.
search, but you want to constrain always the search to you.
Yeah.
You want whatever you search, you want only your stuff. The result, you have no right to see something that is not for you.
Sure.
Okay, okay, and you know that it's complicated to do that on search, right? On finds.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you can't. I mean, basically, we're talking like record level security, right? So, I mean, not through a portal per se, but like if you had a data entry screen on a form view, you would do a search, and you might be searching for all the Richards, but then you'd want to say that maybe the user is Stu, right? So Stu's on Twitch, and you would say, "Show me all the Richards that happen to also belong to Stu," but while Stu would put in Richard, I want to search for that. He wouldn't limit it to himself. So you have to find a way of doing that kind of automatically somehow, right?
Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm going to show.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm helping you
So
out. I just teed it up. I gave you a big political softball.
yeah.
Nick Hunter, do you love puppies and kitties, and do you hate Nazis? Right? Yes or no? And it's really easy, right? That's a easy political question, right? So, there we go.
So here I changed.
Not even a laugh out of him, man. He's a hard customer. What a hard room. Ah,
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm concentrating on the, I don't want to lose my.
you're not allowed to
Yeah.
concentrate.
So I have this predicate here. I keep it, right? So I'm going to keep this, okay? But I'm going to put this predicate here, say, okay, I'm going to put an ID here and I'm going to constrain, right? So let's say I'm going to assign, some of those records to me, right? So I'm going to add the ID user, right? And I'm going to generate a UUID right quick. So this is how you generate a UUID. You go to the data viewer and you say plus, and you say get UUID. Boom, and you have one. Okay. So oh, I pressed cancel. I shouldn't have, because I will need that. So I'm going to assign this guy. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to assign this guy, this guy, right? And this guy and this guy here, right? And I'm going to generate another one, but I can just change the number. That's it, but it's better to do something clear. So I'm going to generate another UUID and get UUID. Oops, get UUID. Boom. So I have another one, because each time you do this, it generates one, right? So if you do this, it generates one. Boom, 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 boom. You can do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, and generate one. So
And
a UUID,
for those of you wondering, the chance of getting a duplicate is supposed to be like 1 in 13 billion or something like that. So
yeah, it's exponential,
yeah,
because you have all the numbers here and the
yeah.
letters.
I'm just
So
bringing that up. I'm just bringing that
mm,
up. Someone asked, well, what's the chance of a duplicate? It's pretty low.
yeah, it's impossible, because um, that maybe you don't know, but your FileMaker files has a limitation on how many records you can create.
Okay.
You can reach a level if you create, I don't remember, it's 60 billion records, something like this.
64 quadrillion is the
Yeah,
answer.
quadrillion. Okay, so if you
Whatever
limit,
that is, whatever a
yeah,
quadrillion is.
if you get 64 quadrillion, FileMaker will stop creating records, right? So just to let you know, and the eventuality of getting the 2 times the same UUID is passing this, so it's virtually impossible. So let's um, uh, assign this guy here and this guy here, right? Right. So now I'm going to put that on the side and put the user, the link current user. Okay. And I'm going to put this user here. So I'm going to put all those IDs here. So I think this one is not, right? So I have a better technique to do this. So I'll show you, okay? Because I have the list of here. Yeah. So I want to put those IDs here. So I'm going to omit those records, show the omit one, and I have this list of summary that give me the list. Boom. So I'm sure I have those. If I put this user, I have this guy. If I put this user, I have those. Right? So far, so good. Because yes, I have put all of those things here, but only
So you're
2 of them.
yeah, you're filtering it through the relationship. So once again,
Yes.
for portals, I think this is filtering through the relationship for the portal. Super valuable.
Yeah, but it's also for the search.
Okay, you want to show
Yeah,
that part?
yeah. So let me show you how. So here, let me add this field here, right? And I'm going to search. Let me make sure
Yeah.
this is not in the middle. And I'm going to search for this. Remember that the search, so let's go back to this, to the I'm using a relationship, even though I'm going to search, correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you're making
Yeah,
this work. But yeah,
okay, yeah.
this is from
So,
yesterday. Everyone
yes,
saw this from yesterday, right? Because we're building upon yesterday. So
yes, it's about something else. So let me go back here, and I want to use this. So let's say I'm logged in with this ID. Okay, this is my stuff. So I want to search. I'm going to search for people here, right? I'm going to search for people here, and so for example, they are. I don't have two times the same city, but I can do this. For example, so I'm going to search for people in Casper, right? Right. I'm going to search for people in Casper, right? And I'm going to search for different people here. Okay, so I'm doing a search, right? And I'm looking for Casper. Where's Casper? Casper. Okay. Why I don't have my field here? Okay, I'm missing a field. In my no, this is not here. In which one? Oh, the card. Why the field is gone? I think because I did a demo and yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put that field back here. So let's not take care of the city for now. Let's do this. For now. So I have no city. I'm not taking. I'm just doing a search. Okay. So I'm going to search for um uh no somebody yeah, let's say I will have many Ursula here. Okay. I'm going to put many Ursula. I'm going to build some, so I'm going to put many Ursula. So I have out of my 7, I have 5 Ursulas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So I'm going to search for Ursula, and I will have 0. Okay, so why? Yeah, I might need to. Oh, because no. Why contact transfer? Yes. Yeah. So it has done it. So let me see. Let me debug this. So I'll search for maybe. Oh no, because I have this global here, the global city. I need to blank it because this in filters. I need to go to filters. I need to blank this. I need to blank this
oh, because
city.
it was
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I don't have. I need the JCT here, and
yep.
I need to blank this field. I might have other cities here or something like that. No. Uh, normally I have everything. So I have no idea why it doesn't work, but I will figure out.
Well, you're taking
So,
your time. In fact, Nick, take a break for a second. Get something to drink. Think about this. Rick Fosnot, welcome on YouTube. Lovis from Spain, welcome as well. If I mess up your name, please be patient with me. I love all of you. Thank you for being here. Canberra 57 uh, is in retirement, but not really. David Angel's there. Awesome. Dennis Chow, Ed Burkle. Hopefully he's doing well. Foxy Jack, Aditi, Jesse. Count on you, Jesse, being at our 60-day training starting January 21, 60 days of intensive FileMaker training. Some of you who are not super ninjas probably should be there because there'll be little silos of knowledge that maybe you don't know or don't remember. Lynn from Austin. Lynn, never had a chance to catch up with you. Next Tech. Is this Next Tech Junior? I can't remember your name again. It's the daughter of the guy from Next Tech, I think, right? And Jay from Australia, Rex, Arnie, Scott, Top Cat, and Yitzchak. I have to say that properly. He will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow on the live stream. So that's
So
for those of you. And then if you're on Twitch, let us know. Stu is there. I think that's Marsox too. For those of you who are military and you know Special Operations Command, and I think that's Marsox too. Cool, 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 cool.
okay,
Canberra says you need to show all, not just the related. I thought you had to
yes,
switch that on and off the other day. Yes?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm showing all. So I'm showing all the thing here. I go search,
Yep.
right? I type Ursula, right? And this is what happened. I have only 3 records.
Okay.
Why? Because in all my 10,000 records, right? If I found Ursula,
All right.
I have
Yep.
that by all my Ursulas, right?
That's yep.
Yes. I have only 3 with this
ID of
ID
the
here.
current logged in user. Yes. Okay.
So how it works, okay? So I do the search,
Yes.
type my name here, whatever I want to type,
Yes.
and the script does this. It does a find
Okay.
on server.
Okay.
So it look for Ursula. Whatever, we don't care. Just he look for Ursulas. So this is what he returns. He returned all of this. This is all the Ursula I found on my system. On my 10,000 records, this is my Ursula.
Okay.
Okay. The IDs, the contact IDs with Ursula.
Okay.
I'm setting the fields, right, with the script result. So I'm setting this field
Okay.
with all the IDs.
Okay.
And then I have this relationship that says, okay, this is all the Ursulas,
Uh-huh.
but I have another predicate says yes, but only the one related to that ID.
Okay.
And then I have 3 people. Because I have a relationship that says, yes, okay, you put all the Ursula result here, all the the contact ID here, and then you have this one says yes, but also they need to match this.
Okay.
So even if you have 2,000 record here, but
And
you have only 3
Yep.
that has this ID, you will see only the 3 you find.
Okay, so can you go back to the script and answer it? And say I haven't been around as much, right? So everyone here probably knows the answers. Go to your script. Line 7 and 8. It sounds like they're both. You're setting the field and you overset it again.
Yeah. No, this one is for the something else. It's for the
Okay.
other demo. I'm
Okay.
setting
So
only
it's
this
really.
field.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
quick find script result. Okay.
So the quick find does a search
Yep.
without any restriction, just a search.
Okay.
Search for Ursula. I don't care who. I don't care if it's the user. You don't care about this.
And it brings back the primary keys of the
Yes.
right? And the script
Yes.
result. Then you stick them in this field here, and that field is part of the relationship, right? Correct?
Yes. Yes. So now remember, I have 2 user. So let's say I'm changing the user ID here.
Yep.
Right.
Then
So
run it
here
again.
I found Blackwell,
Mhm.
Gaines, and Pace. Okay.
Yep.
Boy. So I change the ID of the user. Let's say now I have another user. Is another person logged in. Okay. And I do the same search. Well, now I have 2 results.
Okay.
McMahon and Brady.
So can you go back to your
Why?
script again? This is another subtle
Yes.
thing for some of you who are more basic beginner people. It's a thing I ask about. So when you do a set field into a field, and that field is part of a key on the relationship.
Mhm.
Okay, so for those of you, some of you wondering about this, I was trying to write the word commit over here, but closing the window is the commit, right, Nick? Isn't that right there?
Yes. And that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, because if you just set a field, it doesn't really activate or save back to the server or trip any relationships, right?
Yeah, but you are in a global field.
Okay, well, okay, I understand the question, but there's a subtlety with that. So
Yes.
if this is a global field here, okay, give me 2 seconds here. People are watching me drive around here. I got to find, if this is a global right here, and
Mhm.
we set, and there's a relationship somewhere between, over here, and you've got the
Mhm.
connection and it's equal or whatever, and over here. If we set into a global, does that activate immediately upon stepping to step 9?
Let me check.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So some
So
of you probably know all this, but for me, in my head's full of. So
uh, so yeah. So let me do this. Let me check this. Okay. So the answer is no. You need to commit.
so you have to commit before
Yes.
it activates.
Yes.
So once again,
Yeah.
everyone. So this is what I was wondering. There's an implied commit in here because he's doing on a window. When you close the window, the data on the window is effectively saved and committed back to the server, or it's saved locally to your hard drive, right? And so
Yes.
it's an implied commit, not an explicit one, right? If that makes
Yes.
sense. Okay.
So for example, we can do something here. So if I can do this and let's blank this, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. For
unfortunately,
Hitchcock, I'm talking about the fields that feed the GTRR. Oh well, I see what you're saying. Um, yeah, the GTR is what trips it, correct? But if you okay, hang on, it's a clever thing. Hold for a second. If you set the data here, and say we're on the base window, okay, we're at a reason we're on the same window that we would run this against, okay. So this doesn't exist. So you have the record. Effectively, the record is in a locked or open condition, right? So the record's locked. Then you run this command right here. I don't know that this will give you the results you want unless you have committed.
let's figure out.
You understand what I'm
Let-
saying, right?
yeah, let's figure out.
Okay, but you have to step through it to make sure that we don't have a problem, right? So let's see.
Yeah.
Step. Yeah.
So I get the results. I close the window. I didn't set, right?
But this is a global. Should still set it,
Yeah,
right? It's still
yeah. I set the
so.
field after. I
Okay,
don't
so
have a.
and
I
that's
don't,
this. We haven't done it yet. So now what happens? Will
it
it
works.
show it did work?
Okay, let me position myself here with the 10,000. So I do
Yeah, do it
this,
again. Yeah.
yeah, and I do
Yep.
this,
Yep. So how many
okay,
records are we supposed to have, right? So we get that. Yep.
2.
Yep. Yep.
No need
Okay. So
because it's a global. Because it's okay, it's a global field.
okay.
So
So you're saying that you don't have to commit a this is one of those like little subtle test questions, and we learn this, then a year or two goes by, and you're like, God, do you have to actually, because globals are never saved to the server, but there's still, you still have to like tell FileMaker to go do shit, right? Like I set data into a global, now go and update relationships or go update this or go update that, right?
global doesn't need to be saved. They're not saved. They don't
I
have this.
I know they're not saved, but you're saying the global is driving this. So if we set it in here, then from the at step 9, then the relationship based on this has already been updated, is what we're saying, right? Because it's
Yes,
a global. Okay. So
yes,
globals don't have to be saved. You can change them, and they immediately will reflect changes in relationships.
yeah. And the big advantage here, that's why I'm doing this because it's much more efficient. I'm setting, global field, we can set them even though we don't have a relationship between them. That means I can set a global field, demo. This is a good conversation, right? We have a table A, right? I have a table A and I have a table B, right? I have two tables, correct? Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep, yep,
So in one table, in table A,
yep.
I'm going to put a global,
Okay.
okay,
Yep,
right?
yep, 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 yep.
And in table B, I'm putting, uh,
Yeah, just put
nothing. Okay,
okay.
just to say,
It'll
but
call
it's not
nothing
okay.
good. Right, right.
Yeah. So now I have no relationship between those two tables. I
Okay.
didn't create any relationship between those.
Yep.
So, uh, skip this. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to table B, and I'm going to show, even though it's unrelated,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to put global here. Okay. It's unrelated.
Okay.
So now I'm going to open another window and put the table here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
And,
globals go everywhere. That's
yeah,
another thing. But yes,
it's set.
yes.
I have no relationship with those.
Okay.
So you can set a global field from one context to another without any relationship between them,
That's correct. That's correct. I was
right?
wondering
So
about activating the relationship, right?
yes,
If
and
it,
that one of the reasons why it activates the thing is because these global are very, very peculiar, and they are great for what I want to do. They are great to be used as a primary key for that freaking reason, is
yes,
because you don't care about committing, you don't care, so it updates, and it's the same for many things in FileMaker, like conditional formatting, like hidden states. When you have a hidden state and when you have something related on this, on the global, it's instant. You don't need to refresh. You don't need to commit. So yeah, it's a very when you start using FileMaker that way, you are on the upper level of the users. But it's nice to start to understand and start to know that you can use FileMaker that way. You know,
correct.
so that's why for the
a,
fines, yeah,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of us, just so you know, for those of you wondering about this, how you keep yourself out of trouble, you see this issue in the back of your mind. You're wondering if you close it, it would be committed anyway, right? There
Yes.
is an implied commit here, but say you didn't have this. I'm the kind of guy that gets done, and I know that something has to be done. I will put a commit in here even if I didn't remember that a global would behave this way. You're like, well, that's wasteful. Yeah, it's also called trying not to memorize every subtle detail in life and just doing enough things correctly to get to a functional result, right? Yes. So
Yes.
just
Yes.
understand that's why for me this is not a problem because I would just normally throw a commit in there and like, it's good. I only worry about commits when you're doing a bunch of data setting and you're on a server and the server's not local, and then every time you commit, you're pushing updates back and forth to the server. You're causing churn in the data back and forth across the network. So that's where that
Mhm.
comes in. So
Okay. So this was a demo about how you mix a search and how you can constrain a search based on this example where I did here, right?
okay,
So um, and the next topic, so the next webinar, I will show you how to use a find mode like this.
okay.
How you can hack the find mode without being crazy,
So that's
right?
Monday. That's Monday next week.
That Monday, yeah. So that webinar will be like mind blowing because I know I spent years of my life trying to figure out how to hack the find mode without getting crazy and without losing the natural behavior of the find mode. You
Yes.
know, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, because if you go if you do this enter find mode, if you do this with a script,
Yep.
you lose the natural behavior. You lose all the natural behavior of the pure find mode like command F, right? You
Okay.
lose it. But the problem is you want to hijack the find mode to do some stuff,
I'm not clear on what
right?
we lose. By the way, you
Oh,
said
you
that we
lose many.
lose.
You lose many things. Like especially when you have nothing found, you lose a lot of
You're
things.
talking about if you do
Uh,
a find and you don't finish the find in your script, like if
yeah, or if you put nothing, if you have no criteria, or
okay,
if you
so
want to, yeah, it's
okay, so
yeah,
it's different than saying enter find mode, set stuff, you perform fine. Here's error capture.
it's not the same thing. I'm going to do the
Okay.
demo because I have a file where I build this,
Mm.
right? So, for example, you go to find mode, right? And you want to go
Yep.
to another layout,
Yep.
but you don't want to do a script.
Okay.
You want the find mode to do that.
Okay.
You don't want that to be a script, because you don't want that button to be a script,
Yep.
right? So because if you want to make that button a script, you need to change the menu,
Okay.
right? So stuff like this. So that will be next week. So now I want to show you about. I want to talk about the time frame. From to, or like a relationship from to. Let's say I'm going to put that in my card here. I'm going to create here. I have the start and end.
Okay.
I have a start date and date, right? So we do that a lot. We want to do that a lot. So I have my two start and end, right? Let's put the start first, and let's make this a calendar because it's easier. Okay. So now I have this. So how you do this? How you say from one day to another, right? So how you do this? So typically you go and you say yes, right? So I'm going to do this, and so I'm going to remove this for now. And you say, so yeah, I'm not in the right. I'm here, and you say, okay, date, and the dates, the start date, and you put with the date, right? And here you use this, right? So and here you don't know what to put. Which I want to start from there and end from there. So which operator I take? I know you don't, because your brain is messed up. These dates, if you want to start from here, these dates need to be inferior of this. These dates, the start date need to be inferior than the date, or inferior or equal, let's say. Okay. And the end dates need to be superior, right? So you have this. So this is what you do, right? Pretty much when when you do this, right? So, and I'm going to, you know what I mean? So when you want to do a filter based on dates, that's what you do.
Okay.
But this is BS. I don't want that. I want one field that says I want equal. I don't want this stuff. Why? Because this is freaking slow. Why slow? Because I'll tell you what happened here. Do you know what happened here? I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
Tell me what happened.
FileMaker, yeah, I explain the journey of this,
Mhm.
because it's a journey. FileMaker, we go to the 10,000 record, the table where you have 10,000 record, and
Mhm.
go to the first record and say, oh, is the date inferior of this? No. Okay. Go next record. Is the date is inferior than this? No. Go next record. That's what he's doing.
Ah, okay.
Record by record, record by record. So and he's doing another time with this. He say, oh, you go to the first record until the 10,000 record, and each record is going to test this.
Yes, that's you want to narrow the found set down before you do the testing, right? Back to
Yeah,
the
but I don't need to narrow that. I'm just delete this
okay.
and do the right way. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So in my filters, let's validate this, and I'm going to show you. I want to do something like this. I want to use the index. I don't want FileMaker to go a record by record and check if the date. No, I don't want that. I want to use the index. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going here, and I create for you. You get for free
Mm.
a nice custom function of mine, right? That says start date and date,
I like that a lot.
right? So now I have my time frame. So now that I have this, I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to say global field time frame. It's a text. It's not a date. It's a text. That makes the difference. I'm going to point to a text, to a date field, but it's a text and it's a global, right? So now I'm going to use that field, time frame, and I'm just going to say time frame equal date.
Okay.
Boom. Right?
Okay.
So what happened? So let's make like another relationship just for this, okay? For you guys to understand, right? So time frame with date, just this,
Okay.
just this. And I'm going to create another layout, and I'm going to show you how this works. And I'm going to show you how it's extremely flexible. So I'm going to create a new filter where I'm going to put those two fields, right? And I'm going to create, a poll, and first name, last name, and company name. Right? And maybe I can add the date itself, right? To show you. And also, I'm going to sort that relationship by date to make sure that, because then we can see and verify that we have the right results, right? So I don't know why this is not coming. Okay, so those are two drop-down calendar. And I'm going to put this also. This time frame here. I forgot to put the calc in the time frame. So the time frame, it's an auto entry calculation, and it's my custom function, right? Start date, end date, right? So
So I'm yelling at the computer here, but then I realize it's you. So okay. So it's a global with an auto enter.
yes, because that is totally, completely possible.
It's legal. I'm just
It's
sitting here
legal.
going, I don't know if I've ever done that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I
doing
mean,
that a lot.
back up. So wait. So
Yeah.
yeah, you checked off the box. Go back to field definition real quick. You checked off the box that said, yeah, go back to the options for that. That one right there. Do not replace. So that's off. So normally if this was on, then as you created a new record, it would fire, but you'll never create a new global because the global's not part of a new record. So it would, yeah. So the only way to get the auto enter to ever run is to turn that off. And then every
Yes.
time, Nick, when does it fire then on when does a
Uh, uh,
auto enter
an auto
global
entry
fire?
calculation. Okay. An auto entry calculation on any auto entry calculation. Any.
Yep. When you have a new record, yeah.
No, not only this.
And then
If you
also if
have
you have
any of the field
a dependency.
called,
I get that. I get that.
okay.
But
So
the
I'm going to change
global,
this. Yeah.
is a global going to fire when you create auto? It won't fire when you create a new record. It'll only fire on a dependency, probably, right? In here, yes.
I think it will do on new record as well, depending
Really?
if the new record change one of those
I have a
fields.
question for all of you who are here. By the way, yeah, Labo 404 numbers are faster. If you have an UUID, it's purely numbers. It technically faster when you start dealing with millions of records. Yes. Anyone else, when I ask a question about this stuff like this, kind of like the auto enter trigger and stuff, those of you paying attention, any of you have questions like that or wonder, are my questions really dumb? Because there's questions that come up that be it, I don't look at it every day. I see it something like that every 12 months or something. So it's like, oh, is that a thing? Anyone else have these questions or just me? Right? Is my question.
Yeah.
Not yeah, that's not dumb. I don't think it's dumb. It's just I'm wondering about this because I can't remember ever using an auto enter in a global. All right, so keep going, Nick. You're fine. Keep going. I interrupted you, but that's because you keep doing interesting shit.
I'm not showing you things that you can see on other webinars, other people, and stuff like that. I'm showing always, I'm trying to show something that is out of the box. But also something that makes all my production fast and easy and light, and because I don't, because if you want to do what I'm going to show you using another technique like perform fine good luck, right?
Yep.
You end up like a 200 line scripts.
Yep.
So that's why, so here, if I do this now, let's say I'm doing this, boom. So I have from 12.1 to 1.2, right?
Okay.
So let's figure out here, 1.2. If I change and I say I'm going back in October, well, now I'm in October. So my filter works, right?
Yeah, it definitely works.
Okay, so, but now, why this is way better? Why is it way better? Because I'm not sure. First of all, well, the relationship now is much more understandable than before. This equal
Well,
this,
that's a
right?
huge performance problem too, right? I mean, huge
Yes,
performance hit.
yes, yeah.
For the
But now let's say, yes, I want from this to this,
Mhm.
right? But I don't want the 2nd of October
Mm,
gone.
okay.
If you do from this date to this date, you cannot do this.
Oh, date
So
range. Yeah, you can't be selective.
you can't. So now I'm going to show you something. Let's say I want a relationship like this because that happened to me a lot, but I want only the work days. You know,
Yeah. So Monday through
I mean,
Friday. Yeah.
Monday to Friday.
I got a
And
question. This is
yeah,
another Nick function, right? Is this one of yours again, Nick?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So does it take into account holidays or just it gets rid of
you
weekends?
can. You can do whatever you want with that function.
Okay, but right now it's just removing weekends. Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
just remember weekend, but you can do actually it's my while function here. You can remove the specific dates.
Uh-huh.
uh, you can have a list of dates. I can build one for this. um, Most of the time, uh, can we stay a little bit more, like 20 minutes, 30
Nick,
30
you can
minutes?
do whatever you want.
Okay,
But
because
people
I have a
probably get,
great demo. I have a
people are
great
probably going to leave. They're probably going to
I don't
leave.
know. It's because I can show you the power of the freaking effing relationship. Okay.
That time we knew what
So
you said, so that's good.
so let's say now you can see it skips weekends. It skips weekends. See, 6,
Yep,
9,
yep, yep,
right?
yep.
And then 13, 16. So I'm skipping the weekends, right?
Hmm.
So if I use this instead of the time frame here in my fields,
Hmm.
if I use this instead, right? So now I'm going to ignore the weekends. So I will never get a result here with the weekend, like 9, 6, or where the first weekend, 6. So it will go from 6 to 9 because I don't have the weekend, because my range here, I don't have the date with weekend. So if you do a stupid from that day to that day using the greater than and lesser than, you can't do that, right? So now, I don't know if you have any. So you understand the power of this. So you can ignore and now I can show you the goodness of the relationship. Okay. So let's say I'm going to create a table, because I did that a lot. How to deal with vacation, how to deal, can be vacation, can be the holidays, the holidays in a country, right? So pretty much what I'm doing here, I'm I'm creating a table with holidays, right? So date and name, right? So I have a table and I'm going to put my holidays there, right? So let's put the most obvious holidays in the US, right? So Thanksgiving, right? So I'm going to my holiday table, right? And I'm going to start. So what was Thanksgiving? Okay, we have the 4th of July, 7/4/2004, 2024. Okay, so this is 4th of July. Okay, oops, yeah, dollar, yeah, that's okay. That's 4th. Okay, then I have another holidays. When was Thanksgiving? Uh, it's okay. Let's do Christmas, right? This is 12/25 2024. But we can have also the 12/24 2024. Okay. You can have two days on Christmas, depending. Okay. And then we have New Year. Okay. So we have 12/30 2024, that the new year, right? And we have the 31st. And we can have also the first, right? The 1/1/25.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, 01/01/25. This also New Year. Okay. So I have my holidays here. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't put Thanksgiving. When was Thanksgiving this year? Don't remember. Okay. Okay. Okay, so 11/28. It's not, it doesn't matter, or yeah, yeah, yeah. This Mass Christmas, right? Are we okay? This Mass Christmas. I'm
Sure.
here in my filters,
Okay.
right? Voilà.
Uh-huh.
So now I want to create a field,
Uh-huh.
holidays.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's a text field.
Okay.
It's also global, and it's also uh, you know, it's also auto entry. Okay. But I need a relationship for this. I need from my filter, whatever, I don't care, because it's a Cartesian link. So what is a Cartesian link? You do this, and then you will get all records on the other table. Whatever, from here to here, I have a relationship that says, give me all. That's a Cartesian link. Okay? It gives you all the records. So now that I have a link, a relationship, I can say this: list of my holidays dates. But if I do this, it won't get updated. Demonstration. I will never get anything here in this field. Why? Because it's an auto entry that involved related fields, right? That my holidays. So if I get there, there's no way I can fill this, because nothing will trigger, the auto entry. Nothing. I have no way to trigger the auto entry. But most likely, you want this to be filled up when you change one of those two fields. When you change one of those two fields, you want this to be updated, because I need this, right, to filter this. So I'm going to do this. How to update an auto entry calculation when it involves related records? Well, this is how you do the trigger technique. You put a let statement, and you say trigger equal this and trigger equal this. So now in my calculation, I have two fields that are local. Those are local in the current table. This is calling something in a related table. But since in the calc, this is a full calc, in the calc, I have somewhere a local field that I'm going to change, I'm going to update, I'm going to modify one of those two fields. This will trigger it. Doing a change here or a change here will automatically trigger this. Demonstration?
Yeah, triggering the auto enters to fire.
Yes, because I have in the let statement, they have no rules. I mean, there are no rule. You know, I don't care about those two fields in the calculation. This is my calc. But I put them putting them in a let on the side. This is a trigger. This is a trigger, right? So that's why now, look what will happen. If I change this, boom, I get my holidays. I get my dates holidays. So now you know what I'm going to do. Thanks to my relationship, my magical relationship, I'm going to say yes. Yes, get me all the dates that I told you, you know, give me all the date, but I don't want the holidays.
Wow.
Got it?
That's pretty awesome, actually.
There's
There's a lot of good depth in here for those of you wondering about this. Some of you have seen this before, so it's one of the things is tricking the auto enters to fire kind of when you want them to.
So let's find out. For example, I said from the 1st of February, right?
Yeah.
So let's find out if I have, for example, we said the 11/28, right?
Okay.
So go to 11/28. I don't have it. If I remove the 11/28 from here, boom. But I said, no, this is in holidays. Poof, is gone. Now, we said the 25 of December, and we said 24 and 25. Let's find out. What? 26, 23, 26. If I remove those two, poof, they're here, 24, 25. But I said no, right? So this is how I'm dealing with vacation. And let's say, for example, let's say you have an employee that works for you and he's doing work hours and stuff, you know, like we have the timesheet stuff, right?
Sure.
In BC8. Okay. And I tell you, yeah, but you know what? I'm on vacation. From that day to that day, I'm on vacation. So you have a table, right? You have a table with a vacation table related to that employee, and you say, okay, yeah, but this guy will be unavailable for that day to that day, and you use this, and you can ignore, right? I mean, now you see the power of the relationship because, yeah,
Okay.
I don't, you know.
We have a question here from David Angel. So David Angel says, is using two or second relationship to a global and one of them is not equal as explained from the beginning, question mark?
Oof. Did you understand that?
Not entirely. Just go back and cover. So let me draw a picture. So I'm going to start scribbling here. Everyone stand by 2 seconds. Here we go. So Nick, go back.
Oh, in
Yep,
in
here.
here? Yeah.
Yep, hold, don't move. This is Nick's initial demo, okay? Then Nick did this, not so much this one. This is to support the custom function that we were discussing about the days, right? The date range. So this is to support.
No, that to get the holidays. That to
Well,
get
yeah,
the date. Yeah.
yes, but the core. So yeah, this one and the second one option is this one here, which at the end of the day, here's the deal. Anytime you're having to do all this kind of crazy shit like that, and over here, that is a performance vacuum. It sucks the performance out of your solution. This is much simpler and faster. So
Yeah, but it's just because I want to do a demo about the date, so I didn't want to get this in the middle,
yes,
right?
yes, yes,
But
yes.
you can add
You could
on
add it in
top
here,
of,
right?
yeah,
On
you
top of
can
that.
add on
Okay.
top of it, and it's much simpler.
Yes. Yeah, it keeps it yeah, because it's explicit, it's not a range per se.
Yes,
Ranges are ranges
yeah,
are good until someone says, "Well, that's really great, except can you omit certain things?" You're like, "No,
exactly.
it doesn't omit ranges at all, right?" So
Yeah,
it's
and can you omit some days, or can you omit some dates based on the relationship, like I did here? You know, you have a
yep,
list of dates that you want to omit, right?
yep. Here's
So
David. Here's David. David says the holidays is related with a not equal.
yes,
So
yes, that means, hear what I'm saying. I'm saying, give me whatever I put here, right? But
and
I don't want, and all the dates I have here, I don't want them.
okay, okay,
So because, and I'm pointing that to the same fields.
yep,
So this is going to do a auto constraining system. It's constraining,
okay,
right?
perfect.
You understand?
Yep, yep. No, I'm good with that. I think David will probably understand that too. Yeah, this is so back up to the relationship. I've been doing a lot of things, including trying to get Margaret to get our sample file. So this here is not a complete replacement of this. This is
No,
just
no.
filtering the dates in a more
That's for the demo.
flexible,
This for the demo. Yeah. That,
yeah, more
yeah.
flexible fashion. Okay,
Yeah.
my
This is for
bad,
the demo.
everyone. I misstated that.
Yeah.
I
So
am
this was just for the demo, right?
okay.
Because I don't I'm going to remove this from, because otherwise the file won't work at all.
Okay. Okay.
You know, so I'm remove that from here, because it was for the demo. I want to show you the demo
Okay.
between their you know, the dates. But after that, you know, I have a lot of custom. You know, I'm going to have a webinar completely dedicated how to deal with dates. You
Really?
know, yeah, because I have stuff. You know, over the years, I realized that, you know, for example, if I go to my custom functions here, I have a file with all my custom function. Uh, you know, okay, here. So I have one,
Okay.
because I can do a demo real quick. It's very cool. Um,
All this is
uh,
cool.
yeah, but that one is time frame hours. Okay, so let me see if this is it. Yeah, yeah. So because I had a problem, you know, with this, you know, when you have to deal with hours, you know, date and hours, right? When you have to deal with hours. So let's get a demo here on the in this file. So do I have a start date? So so let's say I have hours. Okay. Let's say I have hours here. So I'm going to put the field here. Hours. Where it is here. So let's say I have my hours. Okay. And the time frame. Let me see which time frame out. Yeah, start hours. Okay. Right. So
Okay.
and I have let me see. No, this is not how I can do this. No, I need a start and start and and
And hours. Okay.
yeah. Okay. Start and that could be a single line. Okay. So I'm putting like you know, 7 p.m. right?
Oh, times are such a pain in the ass.
Yes. 7 p.m. And now I'm putting 8 a.m.
Okay.
And I want the system to say 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 1 a.m. I want the system to say this. So when you deal with hours, nobody in the world dealt with hours and date like I did, in my entire career. It's impossible. That's why I have all those start hours and out. Boom. Look what he's doing. You understand? So you confirm that to do this is a pain in where where.
Yes. But if you have a custom function, that's great.
But but the way you deal with custom function, this is why what I want to discuss in the topic about the date and the hours and how you mix them, and how you get the results, because this is what I want to talk about. It's a while function, so that's why it's fast, right? And I use a trick with a timestamp, so I want to explain all of those things, not only to give you the custom function like this, but to explain how this works. Then you can tweak it and you can understand what's going on here, right?
Okay.
So, and I have another one here that is interesting too.
You're out of time today, Nick. You are sadly out of time.
Okay. Yeah. So
anyway, that's it for today. Margaret, we got anything else? Are we good? All right, good. All right, Nick, are you good? So we'll see you Monday next week.
Okay. Yep.
All right,
Sounds
cool.
good.
I'm going to run the closer right now. I'm going to share my screen. But anyway, yeah, give us a ring-a-ding tomorrow. Yit Shock. I don't have to say his name. We'll be here tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting. A brand new FileMaker presenter with brand new content, different perspective on things that will be exciting. Then Margaret will be presenting Friday on Open Quickly. Okay? Yep. Cool. Thanks.
Bye.